Modern luxury villas should fully integrate humanized elements into the design. No handrail might feel insecure. The view of the landscape outside is not open enough. This is a modern luxury villa designed and implemented by our Vance team. The exterior has a modern vibe. So, this porch of ours, as you can see, is actually an irregular shape. Why did we make it irregular? It's because the path comes from this direction, and there's also a slope coming down here. The airflow here feels quite intense, so we designed it to extend outward like an arm, directing the flow of air inward and softening its impact. So, the function of this wide opening is, then, once we enter, there's a small entrance garden. Here, on the wall, we've used natural stone with two distinct finishes, the natural surface technique and the mushroom textured technique. This is because we wanted the texture of the entire surface to be richer. The owner particularly enjoys growing flowers and plants. Then, when we come in, it still feels a bit harsh, but that's because the landscaping hasn't been added yet. Actually, this entire area meant to be a space for placing bonsai and potted plants. To suit the owner's needs, we raise the ground here a bit. That way, when watering the plants, the water stays in and doesn't spill over. Also, for each flower pot, we'll use a tray underneath, and from the front view, we can hide it with this groove. This way, it's both aesthetically pleasing and serves the function of catching the water. A pine tree will be planted here. Actually, many times, the window frame on the exterior is made quite thick, thinking it gives a larger volume. But I believe, in modern minimalist design, making it narrower might actually make it look more delicate. So, for our window frame, we made it very narrow, only about 5 millimeters. Then, with a beveled edge, we created a very delicate feeling for the surface. After doing this, it not only has a sense of depth but also a refined, delicate touch. And when we add lighting around it, the atmosphere at night will be even better. Also, since this entrance garden has several steps, we've added lights underneath each one, so they not only highlight the steps, but also make the path safer and easier to follow at night. Including this area, this spot is divided into 3 sections, the first, second, and third. So, this place could also be a good spot for a small piece of art. As for what to place, the owner can decide on that later. This house originally had its entrance on the first floor, but the ceiling height on the first floor is quite low. Also, if the living room were placed on the first floor, the view of the outside would not be as open. We moved the living room to the second floor, and now enter directly from there. In this spot, we also created a natural light source. This area provides natural light for the basement, giving the lower levels some light. And along the side, we used preserved moss and other elements to create some landscaping. And this small area is designed to be clean and tidy. This light well actually serves 3 purposes. First, it provides natural light for the basement level. Second, it brings light to these 2 rooms and creates a small scenic view. And then this staircase. We actually put a lot of thought into its design. Since the space here is relatively narrow, if we had used solid railings, it would have made the area feel quite oppressive. Additionally, it would have diminished the effect of the light well, which is meant to create a more open and expansive feel. Therefore, we decided to use a glass railing here instead. But why did we choose to recess the handrail here? It's because we have both an upward and downward section. Everyone has different hand preferences. Some may use their left hand, while others may use their right. If someone is used to resting their hand on the wall, but there's no handrail, they might feel insecure. However, if we were to add a protruding handrail, it would reduce the width of the corridor and also diminish the minimalist feel. So, we decided to create a recessed handrail instead. This handle, the width of the stone, is designed to match the width of our hand when gripping. So, when we're walking up, if we don't want to touch the glass, we can simply grab this side instead. Also, there's a light strip here. At night, it serves as a guide. So, a good design must take into account all the details for the owner's use, ensuring that thoughtful, user-friendly elements are fully integrated.